Hello Mila, hello Jack. Hello everybody else who's watching. Welcome to Storytime with Grandad. Today's book is from Easy Peasy People and it is Percy Purr. It was a fine, summery sort of morning and Percy Purr was having breakfast. In his kitchen, in Scatty Cottage, down Short Lane on Easy Peasy Island, which as you know, or maybe you don't know, is in the middle of the terrific ocean. He was having cornflakes and coffee. He shook out some cornflakes from the box, and then he made some coffee. Then he put milk and sugar onto the cornflakes and into the coffee. He picked up the spoon to eat the cornflakes, but the spoon wouldn't fit. You see, what he'd done was put the cornflakes in his mug and the coffee into his bowl. Percy was by far and away, well, nearly the silliest person on Easy Peasy Island. Silly Billy Percy Purr. Oh, he said, looking at the cornflakes and the coffee. He wasn't quite sure what to do next. So what he did next was drink the cornflakes and eat the coffee. What a silly Percy person. Now he thought, what shall I do today? He looked out his kitchen window and saw the river at the end of his garden. The River Lazy. I know, he thought. I'll go fishing. Fishing must be easy peasy. Silly Percy Purr didn't know the first thing about fishing. So he bought a book about it from the little town bookshop on Easy Street. The book was called Fishing for Beginners. Percy sat down on the bank of Lazy River and opened the book. Whoops, he said. Wrong way up. Percy Purr turned the book the right way up and read the first page. Fishing, said the book, is easy peasy. Good, said Percy. First, said the book, find a river. Percy looked up. One river, he said. This is easy peasy. Next, said the book, find a piece of string. Percy put down the book and ran through the garden to Scatty Cottage and came back with a piece of string. Easy peasy, he said, smiling. Well done, said the book. Next, said the book, find a rod and tie the string onto it. A rod, said Percy Purr. What's a rod? Try a branch from a tree, suggested the book. So Percy found himself a branch, and then he tied the string onto it. Not in the middle, said the book. Tie the string onto the end. So Percy did. Next, said the book, find a pin. Percy put down the book and ran through his garden again and came back holding a pin. Tie the pin onto the end of the string, said the book. The other end, said the book. Percy did. Now, said the book, stick some bait on the pin. Bait? Asked Percy. Bait, continued the book, is something that fish like to eat. Percy happened to be sitting under an apple tree, and just at that moment an apple fell off the tree onto Percy's head. Ouch! Exclaimed Percy, but then he smiled. Easy peasy, he murmured, and he stuck the apple onto the pin. Now, said the book, you are ready to start fishing. Good, said Percy Purr. Next, said the book, cast. Cast? Asked Percy. Cast, said the book, means to throw. Cast your line into the river. Aha, laughed Percy out loud. He stood up and cast the line into River Lazy. The line, the rod, the bait, everything Silly cat. Now, said the book, sit there until you catch something. Percy Purr did. He sat there all afternoon. Fishing isn't exactly what you'd call fun, he thought to himself. And he sat there all evening, and he sat there all night. The following morning, Molly Moo just happened to be walking along Short Lane and past Scatty Cottage, when she saw Percy Purr at the end of his garden, sitting on the river bank. "Hello, Percy," she called out. "What are you doing?" Percy Purr looked up. "Fishing," he replied. "Oh," said Molly Moo. "Have you caught anything?" "Yes," said Percy. "A fish?" asked Molly eagerly. "No," replied Percy miserably. "So what have you caught?" inquired Molly. Percy Purr sneezed through his cat's whiskers. "Ah, tissue! I have caught," he spluttered, "a cold." The end. Goodbye, Mila. Goodbye, Jack. I'll see you soon. Goodbye, everyone. Bye.